I know. She does that.
Half a step to your left, please.
Half a step to my left or his
No,
left?
no. You're good. Okay, here we go, and we have speed.
Italia.
This
This is for all of you.
This is for everybody, for the website. So, Damian, third season of Billions. What do we see very different this year, and what surprised you about this new season?
Well, we have Bobby Axelrod fighting for his career, fighting to stay out of jail. And we haven't seen Bobby in that position before. He's always been king of the castle, and Chuck really seems to have outsmarted him. So it looks like the whole thing is going towards a trial, and as though Bobby is going to go to jail. But as you know, hey, Paulie! But as you know, it's both Chuck and Bobby are they're good wrigglers, and they wriggle out of things. So you'll have to wait and see whether Bobby actually does go to jail or not. And then there's going to be a big twist at the end of the season, which I think is going to make everyone put a smile on everyone's face, which is going to be very unexpected, which involves Chuck and Bobby, and you know, what happens this season is really the assassins are everywhere. Everywhere. Both Chuck and Bob Axelrod are being shot at from many different places.
You mentioned before that in a way this show is a Trumpian show, and how much does, in fact, what do you mean by that, and how much is the show really radicated on what's happening today in today's world?
Well, as I was saying, I think this season has really taken a bold step to firmly plant itself in Trump's America, and I think that's great. I think audiences love that. They used to do that a lot on Homeland. They still do. And in fact, it was sometimes weird how Homeland seemed to be just a step ahead of something that then happened. But I think, you know, we have a president here in the White House who is from this world. He is a billionaire, discuss, you know, a property magnate who is now in politics and went all the way to the White House and seems to be someone who thinks he can do or say anything he wants and get away with it without consequence. So when I've said it was a Trumpian world, we have people doing all kinds of illicit things within Billions, seemingly thinking that they can get away with it, pushing the boundaries, crossing every line, saying one thing, then contradicting themselves and doing something else, all in order to win the game, whatever that game is. And I think, you know, the thing that you might be able to say about the current president is that the thing is, what does he believe in? Does he have a conviction? No one's really sure, because he seems to put himself before any great conviction he has. And so I think that's true probably of Chuck Rhodes, it's probably true of Bobby Axelrod, and it's probably true of most of the main players in this show, that they're competitive, it's about winning the game, and so in the end, any conviction they have is put aside for themselves to win. Which is why someone like Brian Conady is such a sort of lone voice, a sort of moral, he's like a sort of moral lens into the show. He's desperately trying to do good things, but no one else seems to care.
One final little question. How do you like Bobby Axelrod? Do you find his good and bad sides at the same time?
Yeah, you know, I love every character I play. You have to. That's just part of your job as an actor. If you can't empathize with the person you're playing, then you'll never play him or her convincingly. That's pretty much page 1 of any acting manual. Don't judge your character. Would I like Bobby if I met him? Would I like to sit down and have a drink in a bar with Bobby Axelrod? Sure. Would I like to play a game of tennis with him? Sure. Would I like to go spend a weekend with him in the Hamptons? Sure. Be great fun. Would he be a good friend? No way. No, no, he'd terrify me, for starters, but also he's just prepared to do things that, I would have to take a moral position over, and which would prevent us being good friends.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank